hopefully, hopefully quietly. So start standing. Make sure your feet are secure into the ground. You want to feel all the toes and the heels. And actually you want to feel both sides of the top of your feet. The arches slightly lifted, and press your hands down for a moment here. And then bring the arms up, inhaling up, fingers will touch, and exhale, holding them to the center here. Press firmly together, and take some deep breaths. This is to connect the quieter part of your nervous system into your body. Remember, the brain responds to everything going on in the body. The brain isn't just for thinking. It's managing and receiving cues from every cell in your body. And part of the benefit of yoga is that when you connect the mind and the breath with the movement, there's a calming equilibrium, a homeostasis, a balancing of everything going on in the body. And then let your hands drop, bring them up again, and let the head fall back, looking up at your thumbs, stretching out the throat. Follow your thumbs all the way down until your chin goes towards your chest. And take it down again. Inhaling the arms up. Spread the fingers. Temple Mudra means the two fingers point up. And then come over to the right. Bring them back up and over to the left. Spine has 6 directions, and in order to keep it healthy, we like to try to keep all 6 directions. Bringing it up, take a little back bend here, and then a swan dive forward. Stretch out the arms. Make sure your toes point front. As you come down, bringing your head down. Maybe the fingers touch the ground, maybe they don't. And then inhale up to a flat back. And every time you inhale up to a flat back, take that moment to elongate the spine. And then exhale back down. And inhale, flat back, coming all the way up. Taking the arms up again, let's flip the hands, pressing up. Stretch out your fingers, stretching out the wrists, bring the shoulders up and down. And then step out to the right and take your hands over to the right. Bringing them up, let's stretch forward, bringing them forward. Heels go out to the side, so maybe a little bit pigeon-toed as you bring your head, hands down. And then inhale yourself back up. Bring the foot in. Same thing to the left. Inhale your arms up, flip them up, step out to the left. Long body, long spine, always making space, and exhale, coming over. Once here, let your hands settle. Maybe if they can't reach the ground, take a wider stance. The wider you are, the closer you come to the ground. Left hand down and turn to the right, lifting up that right arm. Bend it towards the ear to reach open and stretch out the shoulders. And then put that right hand down right in the middle and lift up the left. Bending that to the ear and put it down. Stretch out your arms, flat back, wide back, and inhale back up. And exhale down. Once more with the wide legs. Inhale. And exhale down. Inhale up to a flat back. Left hand reaches under the right towards that right ankle. Look to the right and lift up the left. Lift up the right, I'm sorry. Place it down, both hands down. Take your right hand over to your left ankle. Look over your left shoulder. Lift up the left arm. And this time, let's try and take it across over to the other ankle. Maybe you reach, maybe you don't. Just stretching out the arms, and even if you don't, touch on your ankles. Then hands come down, flat back, and inhale, up and down. Heel, toe, back together. Taking some wide breaths, put your hands around your ribs. So there's a space depending on how big your fingers are, how broad you are, however, it doesn't matter. Your thumb is behind and your fingers point front. As I inhale, you should be able to expand another minimum 3 inches, your fingers without moving them, and exhale, the rib cage contracts again. Maybe you're pulling the belly button in and up. That engages that core, what we call in yoga, what we call a core, not just, tightness here, but tightness all around. So trying it again. Wherever your fingers are, put them here, taking a long, deep breath. And then exhale, they should come in. Inhale, feel the ribs expand. I don't have mine on the ribs. And bring it back in. Just an opening and a closing, so you can check yourself, you can check somebody else. That would be easier because the hands go in a different form. Let's come back down to a sun salute now. We'll come to plank and downward facing dog. Still warming up the body. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale, bend the legs so you can place your hands down, spreading out the fingers. Let's step back to plank, high plank. Straight arms, shoulders over wrists, and then press on back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet in downward facing dog, bending and straightening here, stretching out the hamstrings, and you're also stretching the arms and the back and letting your head drop between your two triceps there. Just let that neck pull that head down. And then roll forward again, shoulders over wrists. Make sure your head is like beyond your fingers so you're really pulling into that. And then press away. Hips are now the highest point of the body, and you're moving your hips towards your heels. Once more. Roll forward into your plank. Check your elbows. They should both be going in the same direction, the elbow eyes, and then press back. Look towards your hands, and let's walk up to the hands. Forward fold, lift up, flat back, and inhale up and down. Sun salute. Bringing the arms up. Trying to figure out how I can stay in your video the best without moving further and further back. This is that, or did I disappear? That was not good. Sorry. Okay. Inhale and exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Fingers spread, step back, plank, roll forward, bend the elbows back, pull yourself through, upward facing dog. So my thighs aren't touching. They can touch if you want. Bring them up now for a moment, and then press yourself back down to downward facing dog. And let's take 2 breaths here. And then look towards your hands. And step up. You can hop up if you feel a lot of energy right now. Head is down, head is up. Inhale, bringing yourself up. and down. What we used to do when we were all meeting in class was we would put in a crow pose in this. So in order to do crow, I want you to have a block or a pillow, something to put your head on. You're at home, I can't see you, I don't want anybody to face plant, although if you do, as long as it's a soft landing, you're just fine. So I will have my block up this way. And then I'm back at least torso length, because to rise up, we always go forward and up in yoga. We don't just go springing up to any kind of balance. So let's inhale the arms up. And then exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Plant your hands. Fingers are wide. My knees are going to go onto the backs of my arms. At some point I won't speak because I can't do it all while talking. Bend, come here, and I'm going to roll forward. I'm not quite in the right spot to get on my block. So I roll forward, brow is on. And the legs come, oh, did my cat come right in front? Oh, I did it. Hey. So, the other, let me show. So you're here using the block. You're going to be a distance from it. So when my hands are down, I have to be able to roll forward onto the backs, and I have to keep rolling. Oops. To get up there. So, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, step back to plank. Chaturanga, rolling forward, press down, pull up, and come back. Downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths here. Lift the right leg up. We're going to start opening up the hips. Bend it. Hips open to the right. Foot goes to the left glute. Stay here or we'll flip the dog with both legs bent. Flipping, both legs are bent. Lift the hips. And then come back to your downward facing dog. Taking 2 breaths. The other side. Lifting up. Bending. Opening the hips. So I'm stacking the hips. My left hip is over my right. I'm going to flip over. It's an easy spin on the ball of your right foot. Coming over and lifting the hips up. Bring yourself back to downward facing dog and take some breaths. Tiger crouch, which means bring your hips back to your heels like you can spring forward and take a big step or a hop. Head is down, head is up, and inhale your arms up and down. Going down again, we're going to again flip the dog, but this time it'll be a different one, rock star, where one leg stays straight. Inhale your arms up. Exhale down. Inhale up, flat back. Exhale down, step back, plank. Roll forward, chaturanga, come up and back. Right leg lifts and then bends. Now my left leg is going to stay straight as I flip the dog. Flipping over and down. Gives you a moment to sit down, catch your breath. Press back up, back bend here, and step forward with the right. Bring up the left, forward fold, coming up and down. Let me do the other one sideways. The other side, I'll do sideways. So, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, come up. Exhale, bend, step back into your plank. Chaturanga, pulling through, pressing back, and taking a breath or two here. Lifting the left leg up, bending it. I'm going to flip, rotating, flip. Keep the right one straight, come down, press up, come around, step it forward, and bring the other leg forward, forward, fold, up, inhale, and exhale. Body's warming up. Take the spine the other way, side to side. Coming down again to downward facing dog. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale and exhale. Step back, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Start to turn the toes towards the side as you bring your leg out to the side, and then bring it all the way around in front. Take your block if you have one, or you can keep your hand down on the mat. Press down, bring that back heel down, and open up into your triangle. Both hands come forward, bend that front leg, stepping with the other leg, block on the other side, head is down, and inhale back up. Second side's always better because you've just gotten experience doing it on the one side. So let's go down to downward facing dog. Remember, every time we move the arms, we're moving lymph through the body, and it's also increasing the heartbeat just by lifting the arms up and down. That's increasing, that's an aerobic movement. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale, hands are down, step back, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg. I don't know why I put my glove on. Take it out to the side and around in front. Using your block, bring your back heel down, and the right arm comes up. You're in triangle here. And then bring that hand down and step back to front. Forward fold, look up, inhale, and exhale. One more time, sun salute. Let's start with chair pose. Feet are parallel, touched or a little bit apart. Hips go back down. It's a squat towards the heels. This is chair. Go as low as you can. And then bring the hands down and stick the butt up. Head is down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Once again, step back to plank. Come up here. Chaturanga. Press up. Come forward. And pull through. Pressing back. And taking 2 breaths here. We're going to step into warrior one. So right leg lifts, pulls into the chest, and then move your whole body forward so you can maybe get that leg between the 2 hands, turning your back heel. So I'm going to be heel to heel here. If that's too narrow for you, widen your stance and bring yourself up to warrior one. Bring the hands around the back. Widen here, whether you did before or not. Lift up your heart. Come down into humble warrior. Inside the knee or on top of the knee, and the head is down. Let the hands drift down the back, either side of your foot. Come into a low lunge for chaturanga, 1 or 2 legs. So if you want, you're lifting up the right leg without scraping. Lift it up, plank, press up, and take it down to downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up. Comes into the body, draw it forward, come forward, flick the foot between the hands, right heel is down, bring yourself up to warrior 1. And widen the stance. Hands behind. So try and press the palms together if you can. It increases the line there, the tension in the arm. And then pick it up, bending forward. A strong pose, but showing humility. Hands go down the back, either side of the foot, and then come into your low lunge. Ready for plank. You've got to pick up that front leg, picking it up, chaturanga, pressing it down, keeping it up or not, up, and come back to downward facing dog, taking some breaths. Stepping forward into chair pose, so both legs are bent, connect to the earth, touch that ground, and come back to how you started your chair. And bring yourself up. Let's go from warrior 1 to warrior 2. So warrior 1, we have the right leg forward, the left one back. And you're inhaling your arms up, open them up, goalpost arms, and then turn them down. And up, and down, and up. Straighten up and come to warrior 2. Reverse your warrior. And then come forward. No touching, the right arm comes in front, left overhead. Coming back once more. Reverse. Come forward. Side angle. Back. Come back to warrior 1. And both legs together. The second side. Left foot front and the right foot back. Hips are squared to the front, and then they're squared to the side for warrior 2. Inhale. This time, we'll take the right arm over the left for eagle arms. 1 twist for binder 2. And then open them up, and this time left over right. Bring them up and open to your warrior 2. Reverse. And then side angle. Reverse. And side angle. And then come up. Keep both toes forward, hands on the hips, and come over, forward fold. So this time, in our forward fold, got your legs wide, hands are down, take your head a little lower. Remember, the wider you go, the easier and lower you can get, but I don't want you to strain your legs, so only go as much as comfortable. This pose, next one I'm going to show you, looks more difficult than it is. Switch your hands around, stretching out the wrists. And then walk them back, keeping your arms straight here. Bend the elbows back, so both Elbow, eyes face front, elbow points are pointing back, and my head is down. And then come up and bring your hands back. Bring your feet in a little bit. Take your hands behind your heels, so you're bending now. And you're pointing them out to the side. And I'm going to let my backs of my thighs touch the backs of my arms. Just press in there like I could sit on them, and then pressing up. Try it again. Press there. Feel yourself there, opening, and press up. This time we're going to try and lift up the feet. So you've got to tighten the belly so you don't get a cramp. Press down. And lift up your legs. And then come to Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. Feet together. Inhale this straight back. Exhale, come down. Inhale up, rounding. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. What we just did with the legs out, we'll also do seated. So bring your feet in so you can grab a hold underneath the feet to take them up. They can be bent or they can be straight. And bring them out to the side. The difference when we lifted was the hands were down here. So if you're here, you've got the first step. And holding them out, taking a breath. And then bringing the right one, or if you prefer the left, on top of the left. Inhale your arms up. Stretch them up. Take the left one around your back and the right one down. Think about the fingers touching, whether they touch or not here. And taking a breath. And then releasing. Bringing the left one up and back. And the other one comes around either at the waist or you think about maybe connecting and touching the fingers. And release. Let's take that right leg up and we'll rock it back and forth. So if you can put the foot into your elbow crease, that's one way to do it, rocking it back and forth. The other way would be coming underneath, if that feels better for you, and rocking it this way. Both of them are affecting the hip joint. After that, take it and press it back. Left hand comes on top, right hand down. Maybe stretch it up, maybe not, but let it sit on the back of the arm just for the familiarity of feeling one part of the body sitting on another that you don't usually have. And then put it down, and we'll do the same with the left. Picking it up, finding which way you want to rock your baby, back and forth here, opening up the joint. Pulling it back. Right arm comes across if you're lifting. And it takes a little while to open up. I know I've gotten really stiff over this time too. So you're trying to lift and straighten. But we all can just let it fall above the elbow there. So it's just like hanging there. And then put it back down. Let's forward fold. Inhale up. Exhale, chest is forward. Bring your hands out to the side. Come down and come up. Taking the legs out and flexing the feet. And pointing and flexing and point and flex. Right leg comes up. Reach for the foot and bring your right arm over. Go where your body does. You may reach your toes, or you might just be up here. But the idea is you're opening up this part of the body. And then release, taking it down. Bringing in the left. And the arm comes up and over. Be mindful that you're not picking up that left butt cheek, but pressing it down. That's where the stretch comes. You're pulling away from one area into another. And then release. Let's take the legs forward. And have a straight body and exhale over your legs. And then bring yourself back up. Pulling the knees in, we'll come into boat pose. Keep the spine straight. Imagine a stick holding you here. So you're pressed there so that nothing comes out at the back, and then you can lift your legs or keep them bent. From here, we'll come back to standing. So I've hurt my knee, so I'm not sure I can just come straight up to stand, but let's try it. Oh, no, today I need a little help. Okay. And come up. One more sun salute. Inhaling up, we're coming down to the belly. And exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, step back to plank. Shoulders over wrists, and then turn both toes to the left, both heels to the right. Twist. Feet stay on the ground, come back, twist the other way. Come back, walk them in, forward fold, lift up, come up, and down. So that was a prep for side plank. You can do that again, or as you have them both to the side, see if you can lift one on top of the other. But we'll start first in regular plank. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down, and step back into your plank. I'll go this way. So we're in plank. Same idea. Heels go to the right. This time, bring your left arm up, pull in here, so that maybe you can drag that left leg onto the right. Let's come back down, back to plank, taking a breath here. Heels go to the left, arm goes up, that helps you lift up from underneath so that you can pick up the other leg. Come back down, and let's come all the way down onto our stomachs. Hands are underneath the underarms. Press up, high cobra, straight arms, and you're stretching out your spine. Push back, hips to heels. Roll up, elbows back, and let's go to baby cobra. So we're further down, bent arms. Press up and come back, hips to heels. Last one, as you come forward, come all the way down onto the ground. Take a moment to take your hands behind your back, pulling back, opening up the chest. And then putting your hands down to press yourself back once more. Once you're pressed all the way back, take your right hand underneath the left and come down on the side of your head here, stretching the shoulders. Press up, release the arm, bring it down, roll forward, and come on all the way down again. Last one, pressing up, pushing all the way back. Left arm underneath right as you come down on the side. And then let's release that up. Take the arms out. Come back up to your downward facing dog. Look to the hands and walk up. Head is down, head is up. Inhale and exhale. Coming into tree pose, so we have a balance, stabilizing everything that we've done and calming and quieting the mind as we focus. So we'll start with the right leg lifting up. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand presses on the leg, so press against it. I'm trying to lift it and press it, and the left arm is straight up. And then after your next breath, release it down. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, take the leg up. Left hand to the thigh, right hand shoots up. And bring it down, side to side. Coming down onto the back. Stepping back down. Come lie flat and bring the arms up overhead. And then bring them back down by your side. Pull the knees in towards the chest. Flatten the spine. Take your left leg straight out and step on it with your right foot. Bring that hand to the outside of the knee as you come into knee drop, looking to the right. If you feel warmed up enough, bend that straight leg back and maybe reach for it. If you want to take it even further, you can pull the top knee up a bit to reach for your toes and stretch out that way. Not necessary. It's only if you're wanting more. Otherwise, the traditional is one leg bent and one straight. Let your body ease into this stretch. So if you're doing it at another time, not here or just on your own, hold this for 3 to 5 breaths. That opens up the hip, releases the stretch, and shows that you're lengthening your muscles. Remember, the longer you stretch, the longer the muscles, and the more resolving that is released, reducing the inflammation within the body. Come back over, straighten out. And then check that you're in a straight line, because sometimes we don't know quite where our body is in space if we're not looking at it. Same thing. Let's take up that left leg and bend it. Bring the hand over and come to the side. Remember, it's not as important that the knee get to the ground as that the left shoulder stays on the ground. From here, do the same if you tried on one side. Maybe you can bend that leg. Maybe you can take the top leg and reach for those toes and straighten it out. It depends how warmed up you are. I'm feeling a little tight, so I'm just showing it. No pressure, going back the other way, and taking your breaths here. And then come back onto your back. Bring the knees up for happy baby because we opened up the hips today. So you're going to rock a little bit side to side. If you want, you can open them out that same way we did sitting and standing. Opening the legs out to the side. Rock a little here, feel the ground. And then bring them together, soles of the feet together, take them down. And you can either stay here for your Shavasana, or you can stretch the legs out, relaxing the feet, relaxing the arms, closing your eyes. Now, all that's left to do is breathe in and breathe out. And as you're breathing in and out, you can appreciate the fact that you let your mind move with your breath and your body. You were not thinking of things outside of what we were doing together in yoga during this brief time. Then take a long inhale and a deeper exhale. And know at home you can stay in Shavasana for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, as long as you need, as long as your body needs. It's a very healthy pose. This is pre-meditative, but the longer you do it, it becomes meditative. Coming out of it though, touch the tips of your fingers, make that connection. Wiggle your toes a little bit, pull the knees up. It's evening. We'll turn to the left side. Take a moment here. And then bringing yourself up to seated. Pull the hands in. Press them to the right, turn to the left. Press them to the left, turn to the right. Bring them to your brow. May our thoughts remain kind. May our words be soft. And may our heart be true. From the divine in me to the divine in you. Namaste. And Wednesday will be our gratitude Thanksgiving class, so I hope you'll be able to come to that. Thank you for joining me here.